closer to the misery mongers. Welcome to Channel the Future Tarot. This will be for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Scorpio. Take what resonates with you, toss the universe what does not, some meant for you. That's totally okay. Check out your other placements and the readings that go along with that to get some more guidance if you don't want to hear. Okay? Start with the singing bowl, Scorpio, taking a deep breath in and exhaling whenever you feel so inclined to do so. And then we're going to jump right in. Peace, love, health, and wealth, Scorpio. Well, I know you are the sign of transformation, so I always expect some intense energies coming into it, and we got that when I was meditating on it. You're going to do something different here. We're going to try the Hermit spread. Something designed, whether you are a Virgo placement or not, designed to look at some inner reflection. What is it that sort of needs to, what do you need to reflect on, right? What do you need to change, right? And sometimes it comes with clarity, right? So as I was meditating on your energy, Scorpio, we do some oracle cards. We're going to jump right in. We will save 2 for the end of the reading, and we'll read those from the deck, the book, sorry. Just because I feel like it is really powerful, and I like what the author's interpretation of the card is, so I like it a lot. First out, 25, Universe, Elephant, Spirit coming out here for you, Universe. Learn from the past. I feel like you got to take with the lessons of the past and sort of make it yours. What you learned from the past and then add your own flair, right? Take it, the lessons, you know, and let go of the shame. Turn that past into wisdom is sort of what the elephant's sort of reflection is on that. I think it's powerful for you to do so, that moment of, you know, just getting a pause, right? We have a Sandpiper Spirit, also be playful, Scorpio. Sometimes it can feel a bit intense. Sometimes so focused on your goals or, you know, getting things done that you lose sight of that ability to play, to have a little fun, right? Life becomes serious, right? The winds just kind of demolish my hair a bit. But that sense of being playful and appreciating life and the funness, or the ability to have some fun that we often get so wrapped up in and, you know, confused, right? We also have 67 Wolf Spirit coming out here for you. This is turning knowledge into wisdom, like I said, right? Turning the pain of the past, turning the lessons, even the regret and the shame, whatever you gained, you know, good, bad, and ugly from that past, Scorpio, you're integrating it. You're learning how to, you know, feel again, right? You know, you could be the hardest, you know, most critical person of yourself, right? And no one's going to feel the things that you did more than you, right? And I feel like you have taken a hard look at what that means for you, Scorpio. We have Owl Spirit coming in here. You see clearly now. Whoa. That was intense, Scorpio. Sorry about that. Okay, so we moved the camera a little bit. Wind decided to take, we're going hiatus. So Scorpio coming out, you see clearly now, okay? This is a real time of seeing things that you did not see, getting perspective on things you couldn't understand before because you weren't meant to. The universe wasn't, you weren't ready to, you know, incorporate the lesson that you know, as at the same time of feeling it or going through it again, Scorpio. Then we have all sorts of stuff like that. Crazy. Alright, Scorpio, then we have there's nothing to worry about. Absolutely, Scorpio. Take that moment. You are safe, and this situation is under the perfect control of the divine and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you, Scorpio. Yes, make sure that you're doing that and working on those energies. Ask and you shall receive, right? So this is all about asking you to help in this situation. Your divine spirit guides, ancestors, and you're going to immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is free will that allows you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently wait your request, Scorpio. They can't just come in and intervene in our lives, so we have to ask for assistance and ask for that help from our spirit guides, or even past on loved ones, or angels, ancestors. They need You know, they can't just intervene, right? Cupid could be coming, some love could be coming in. I know for a majority you're like, no, not today, not today. But this could be love of self, or just, you know, be sending great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself, Scorpio. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate all of the glorious aspects. Absolutely, Scorpio. This is really a powerful moment for you of growth. Leave the regrets or even the worries and the concerns about what the future looks like for you. You know, let divine show you one step at a time in divine order, right? Nothing more, nothing less. I feel like there's going to be a lot of inspiration there. Now, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at the Hermit spread. And card is going to be what you've been trying to navigate or work through, Scorpio. Okay. What Scorpio been trying to navigate or work through. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, join. Coming in for Scorpio. I think most of you are really genuinely tired of transforming, right? You're like, for some of you, I feel like it's like rebirth again. I'm always doing this rebirth. Why am I doing rebirth again, right? You're just looking at that Four of Cups, the pain of the past, right? Disappointment. You're checking it out. You're looking in. You're lingering in it. What you've been trying to navigate is your way through healing. You know, some sort of grief of the past, a loss of a loved one, loss of a relationship. You know, something, a job, something that you really went through a difficult time when that come to an end for you. What is this? Jesus. Hey, Scorpio. I'm really not sure what's going on there. Alright. Hopefully that will stop. Oh my. Okay, so Scorpio. 2 times in your reading. What is? Things are falling down. Things are collapsing. The wind is blowing up. Oh my. Okay, so what's distracting you? Probably the wind. Some sort of chaos is coming in. The Queen of Wands is distracting you. So this could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. What is distracting you is that sort of lack of being grounded right now. Not being grounded in your authentic self, Scorpio. You know, she's surrounded by, a beautiful cat and candles. I feel like what is distracting you is that sort of you're just been in a sense of lack. There's no sense, I feel like, the loss of joy. Like, just you've been in a real sad place, and my heart is sort of crumbling for you. But I feel like there's a real sad place here, one that took you a tremendous amount of time to sort of see, your way through. I'm going to take a look at the darkness, the energy that's sort of clouding you at this time, Scorpio. Is that the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? So it could be financial matters, right? Holding too tightly on some sort of material object or thing. Stability, right? That is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but I feel like there's a sense of really, there's been such a struggle that you are holding tightly onto the material things that you have currently. And that's understandable, right? When we go through periods of loss and we experience things where everything is shaken within our systems or dynamic, obviously it's natural we start to panic and hold tighter to those things, Scorpio. And that could be a sense of what's only increasing the darkness in a sense, right? You can't hold too tightly on what needs to go, right? Or what is allowed to flow, right? You can't stop that flow, good or bad, in or out, right? The Lantern, what you should focus on, Scorpio, to get through this period of reflection. That Fool card in reverse, you need to take that leap of faith. You need to trust. You need to focus on the divine path in front of you, one step at a time. You don't have to see the whole path. You don't have to see the 10-mile, clip ahead of you. You just need to see the first, step, and then the next step. And that's what this is all about. Taking that leap of faith, having faith in yourself again, Scorpio, and your ability to make decisions and trusting in your own intuition is going to be huge, Scorpio. When oftentimes when we fall and we expect someone to catch us and they don't, and it is a tremendous, it's a caging of that heart. So you put that heart in a cage, and then you're just not willing, I gotta fix that, to move or transition or change something, Scorpio. And that is only going to keep causing more, energy of despair, Scorpio. There's a period of really letting this go and letting it go for what it needs. Saying goodbye to the pain of yesterday, right? It's time to let that energy go. I'm going to take a look at the influencing energy around you, like the people, places, or things that could be adding their weight to the situation in one way or another, Scorpio. That Two of Swords. Yeah, okay, so this is somebody that is causing distraction, and that it's kept you from getting a clear answer. They keep you sort of confused, sort of like you can't see the way forward, and they're mentally pulling at you one way or the other. One way you're going this way, and one way they're going that way. There's somebody influencing you, and I don't feel like it's for the right, it's the best of reasons. They're constantly, you can't see the way forward because they're pulling on you emotionally, leading you one way, and I feel like it isn't authentic. What the path looks like when Scorpio overcomes and sort of moves through that blockage, right? Moves past that Two of Swords that's keeping you stuck or stagnant or just hindered, stuck in a locked position here. And once that changes, things will dramatically change for you. That Seven of Swords coming out in reverse, Scorpio. Going forward, somebody's stuck in the back, right? You're going towards that new horizon, but it's almost, this is dropping you to your knees. This is weighed on you a lot. This is betrayal energy that you're trying to get over. Somebody that was sneaky and underhanded. You have to let that go. You can't keep, if you know it's your heart, don't second guess your intuition. And if you really watch the colors, you're seeing clearly now. There's something that's being presented to you, Scorpio, that you haven't seen, and you're going to see it in a very new light this week. Something that has kept you very stagnant or confused about something. And you're no longer going to be. You're going to be getting quite grounded this week, Scorpio. That Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck, as well as that Nine of Wands here, moving out of restriction and past the blamey, gamey bullshit. You're moving past that sense of, just nobody taking accountability for everybody's, reality, right? Nobody's 100% innocent in any situation. I am going to, that's the curtain that is going off. Oh, wow, that's some intense energy going on. Like the wind has got me nuts. So we maybe have to take the next series indoors. So we're going to check out that betrayal, the Seven of Swords. Can I clarify that? Seven of Swords for Scorpio. Six of Cups. So it's somebody from the past, come back to stir that shit pot, right? Like, you just can't get enough, right? And sometimes, again, reducing your exposure to the misery mongers that one just come in and ruin a damn day every day, have nothing positive to say about you or what you're doing, and you don't need to have that anymore. You're mastering your emotions. You're leveling out, Scorpio. You are no longer staying in that sense of confusion, right? You are getting to see clearly now. And that person in the past is going to have a rough go at it, right? Because you're not going to be swayed by the bullshit anymore. You're seeing clearly, very clearly now. That Five of Pentacles, they've kept you in that sense of scarcity, that lack mindset that you can't have, that poverty mindset that you're not good enough, you don't believe you're good enough, and you're moving away from that. The betrayal is almost only to themselves, right here, because as Pentacles moment, you're just going to start to see that you do have that abundance coming in and new opportunities coming in on your strong foundations that are going to just, things are going to shift, and it's going to be like magic, right? Everything is going to transform and change. It's your greatest awakening. Abundance is going to start moving forward. You're no longer going to be stuck. You need just take that leap of faith, Scorpio. It'll pay huge in every way, shape, or form, emotionally, physically, and materially. I feel like this is in abundance. You're going to see a very abundant new beginning in this process for yourself, Scorpio. You are no longer stagnant or stuck in the pain. You are reinventing, reclaiming, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. It really is a beautiful thing for you, Scorpio, because you're no longer letting anybody else determine what is right for you and what you're accountable to. I like it. Taking a look at those cards I was saying at the end of the deck, at the end of the reading, can't talk. We do have 21 in reverse, Archangel Zadkiel, self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. Just gonna get the book here. Reverse shifts the focus from your attitude about yourself to feeling for others. If you're harboring resentment for a past hurt, it's time you finally work on letting it go. People often hold on to their anger, not knowing how to get out from under it. Or they give lip service to the concept of forgiveness, intellectualizing it and sweeping their emotions under the rug. Real forgiveness requires consistently releasing the difficult emotions, either by journaling, I love to do that personally, or by talking to a friend or therapist. In times, there will be no more emotional content to the memories, right? Only then you'll feel free to truly forgive, and there will be nothing that binds you to that person or that experience. Call on this to help you liberate from the pains of the past. When you bring greater compassion for yourself and others, your pure heart will revive the joys that have been buried in hurt. Oh, I like that for you. And 33, master number, phase entanglement in reverse, emotional influence coming out as well for you in reverse. I'll just grab, okay. The reverse position card marks a reduction in exposure to the people that have nothing but pain and blame to bring to your life. This can happen in a very natural way with old ties starting to fall away, or it can be a result of your choice to set clear and self-honoring boundaries. However it starts, continue to reduce your exposure and release any toxic beliefs and emotions that you could pick up. Start to move in different cycles of people and activities. Initiate outings and positive, upbeat friends. Look for groups where the energy is loving and accepting. Make it your intention to be an optimistic and joyous person yourself, and you'll be surrounded by that wonderful energy from others. What you think about, what you bring about, and what you emulate, you bring back in. So Scorpio, do it right and do it to your truest, most authentic self. Shine bright, right? You draw people to you. You're very magnetic. But when you're in a clump, you are like, it's like that expelling darkness from you. Move from that energy. Shine bright. Until next time, namaste.